everybody, this is Marshall, and thank you for watching. And for those who are new, welcome to The Process. And this is my lovely, adorable, handsome, sexy husband, Vito.
How you doing? How's everybody? Good to see you. That's it.
Alright, yes, we are back with another video. And this video, we're going to be talking about multi-dating.
Yes! player from the Himalaya.
Let me hear you say multi-dating.
Yeah, got one on the north. Got one on the south. Got one on the east. Got one on the west. See what you do the best. I be stroking.
I be stroking.
That's what they be doing.
First of all, let's put it out there. Just because someone is multi-dating does not mean they're multi-sexing.
Right. I was just cutting the fool, y'all.
We just
kind of creating some, you know. But you and I, we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
We be stroking.
We be stroking. That's what we be doing.
We married. We married. The bed is on the file. The bed is on the file. Hey. Hey. Did you multi-date?
No.
Why didn't you multi-date?
Because although I was a heathen, I still felt like...
You was a one ladies man.
Yeah, I felt like I had to be loyal and committed to the one at the time who I was with.
Okay.
And I felt bad if I was to start seeing somebody while I'm seeing somebody else. However, there's this thing that is called multi-dating.
Well, you didn't ever ask me.
Did you ever multi-date?
No, I was a player from the Himalaya. No, I didn't.
Exactly. Anyway, I'll give it a really?
No, I didn't. I was the same way with you.
Anyway, you guys, this is my take on multi-dating.
Yes. Bring it on, baby.
From a spiritual perspective.
Yes.
The world has their own way of thinking.
Yep.
They think that you need to multi-date so you would know what you like and what you don't
That's
like.
right.
My thing is, if you date yourself, if you court yourself, you would know what yourself like and what yourself don't like. And you don't have to multi-date to figure that out.
Nope.
Guess who else knows who you like and what you like? Your Heavenly Father. If He created you, He knows you better than anything. What happens is when I think of someone multi-dating to figure out what they like and don't like, to me that is called manipulation. You're trying to manipulate your hookup yourself your way. Okay? And if the people around you know that you're multi-dating, because the world is saying too that if you multi-date, just make sure when you go into a relationship that they know that you're multi-dating, and if they're okay with that, it's okay.
Well, hold on. Is it okay for who?
They're saying if you, let's say I want to multi-date, and I'm interested in you. If I tell you, listen, you're not the only one. I am multi-dating. I'm dating other people outside of you. Are you okay with that? If you say okay, the world says that's how you're supposed to do it.
I'm glad you put the world
versus you're doing it and the other person don't know you're doing it. Now you're called a cheater. So
you're not a cheater until you basically be straight up with them that you're multi-dating.
Because they knew yourself. Because they knew in advance that you were multi-dating.
Right. But anyway, it's not, to me, it just doesn't work.
Listen.
It just doesn't work, man.
The consequences of multi-dating.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see any pros in it. The world says the pro is you can find out what you do like and what you don't like. But if my Heavenly Father already knows that and I'm allowing Him to orchestrate and be my matchmaker, I don't need to go out and try to figure it out myself because my God already has it under control. You feel me? However, these are the consequences that come with multi-dating. Someone is going to get hurt emotionally.
And physically.
I'm talking about emotionally first. I don't care if you tell the other person up front that you're dating other people. Emotions are emotions. And they don't care how uncontrollable that they get. People will tell you in the beginning one thing, but the emotions can start to develop in another. So in the beginning of a relationship, yeah, I understand, we can multi-date, that's fine. But trust and believe, feelings are going to start getting hurt. Emotions are going to start spreading. And then now you got to wait to get healed. And God can't even bless you with the one he has for you because you're going to bleed on him from the multi-dating.
Come on, man.
Multi-dating, you also going to receive a lot of multi-consequences. Hey guys, we're back. Camera went.
We're not back.
Camera went dead.
We been here,
So-
babe. We been here. You don't telling me back. We been here. You
We
know
been here. Y'all see this air different.
Her hair is different. Look, y'all. She ain't got that poof on the top.
Fingernail different.
Fingernails is
We
different.
tried to wear the same shirt, y'all.
We do have the same shirt. We got the same shirt.
I think we tried to wear the same shirt.
We ain't tried. We did, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did. You just ain't got that poof on the top. You ain't got that island, that mountain.
It's a different day, y'all.
Yeah,
We're gonna finish
it's a
this
different
dog
day.
video.
A week later. But we wanted to get back to this video because we thought it was a very great topic that we were talking about.
Right.
Multi-dating, baby.
Right. Let's talk about multi-dating again in regards to.
Hold on. Just leave on where you left off at. You don't remember where you left off at? Talk about where you left off at.
I'm not gonna put that in there. That part.
You not? Oh man, that was great because you finna come and hit him. You finna hit him with uppercut. You know how we do. Hit him with an uppercut. They don't like the truth. Some people just don't like the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right, you guys.
I done messed up all up, y'all. Yeah, go ahead, baby.
Okay, let's talk about multi-dating. Part 2. Yeah, multi-dating is okay. Let's go back. When we was talking about in regards to, there was someone talking about multi-dating, and her commentary was that a lot of people that she has pretty much dated cheated on her.
Yes.
But she had a lifestyle of multi-dating. So you have to expect cheating to be in that type of lifestyle. I mean, it has to exist because that's what you're inviting into your world at that
Because you're
time.
doing it yourself.
Because you're doing it yourself.
Right.
It's hard, not just for the world, but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of believers think that multi-dating is also okay.
No way, babe. No way.
They love the Lord. They confess salvation. But they believe it is okay to multi-date.
Jesus Juniors?
You go on whatever you want to.
Jesus ain't never
Listen,
dated.
if it works, go right ahead.
Yes.
But 9 times out of 10, it doesn't.
It ain't gonna work.
Someone will get hurt.
It's a lot of
Someone
work.
has gotten hurt.
Yeah.
It's emotionally drained.
Yes.
It's not God.
No.
Anything that's not of God, you're doing it yourself. You're doing it in the flesh. And there's going to be fleshly consequences. I'm
Always.
sorry to tell you.
Always.
It is so hard to wait on God. We want things and we want it now. So if multi-dating will fulfill that void of you being lonely, then guess what? If you're allowing what's happening is you're allowing these men or women to be your God. Because think about it. When you're multi-dating, you're not alone. You're not lonely. You're satisfying your flesh. It's easier to me to go ahead and multi-date than it is to wait on God. Because to wait on God, there's some sacrifices you have to make. Because sometimes you're going to be by yourself.
You have to deny yourself.
You have to deny this flesh constantly. And when you're lonely, you got to call on your Father. Whereas when you multi-date, you can just call on Johnny. You can call on Robert.
Or Billy.
Or Mike. Or Susie.
Or Sally.
Or Sally.
Or Veronica.
Or Keisha.
Yeah.
Or
Tanisha. Or Vicky and Wiki.
So you have to just, if you have a relationship, not religion, When you have a relationship with God, God will tell you what you're supposed to do. And then you have to make a decision to make the wise choice, I will hope, and obey God. And it's hard for me to understand the multi-dating concept, but people are doing it. Hey.
Well, a person who multi-date, first of all, they don't trust in God anyway, okay? That's the first thing. I don't care if you call yourself a believer or not a believer. If you multi-date, you don't trust God. You trusting in your own ability. What are you doing? You're searching for this particular list that you have thought up in your head or you may have written down, and you want to see, listen to my very words, you want to see which one that would, what would you say?
The best one.
Yeah, that will fulfill the list of those personal preferences that you have listed on your list.
And that's not faith, because you can't.
And that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work when you multi-date. Why? Because, which I've never multi-dated before. But I can just imagine multi-dating when you are trying to figure out which one will fulfill what you're looking for.
Your flesh.
Really, that's basically what it is. Which one which one of them will fulfill the lust of your flesh?
This is not going to be a popular video, man.
I don't care. But that's what multi-dating is. I mean, especially when you're talking about us as being believers, and that we should be consistently depending on God, our Father, to connect us with who He desires to connect us with. But when you're talking about multi-dating, that's what the world does. When Paul was speaking about being conformed to the world,
that's in the world,
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Those are the ones who are multi-dating. They are conformed to the world,
right.
The way the world do things, the way the world structure things, and they follow by the world's rules. And even those who are proclaiming to be believers, some of them are still following by the world's rule, okay? But when you're talking about multi-dated and what it brings, the disadvantages, or shall I say the downside of that, or not the pros, but the cons to it, you're talking about trying to figure out, that's what you're doing. You're trying to figure out who's going to be best fitted for yourself. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you basically picking up, I wouldn't say spirits, but I would say you're dealing with two different people that have two different type of personalities. Mm-hmm. What kind of baggage is that going to bring within your spirit?
Yeah.
You're bringing that onto yourself. Okay. So now let's just say, for instance, a gentleman who's multi-dating two women. Well, both of those women do not have the same interests. Right. One of them going to have one particular interest is going this way. Another one is going to have a particular interest that's going that way. Watch how confusing that is. Why? Because as being a man, you know how it is to even try to even deal with one woman who has a crazy emotional roller coaster of feelings going up and down. Dealing with two, you will be in a cycle ward within maybe 2 days, 2 weeks, maybe a couple of hours. You're dealing with these women. All right? And now let's just go ahead and reverse it. A woman. Do you feel like a woman would be more prone to multi-date versus a man? Mm-hmm. You feel a man will multi-date for more than what a woman would. Mm-hmm. Now, why do you figure that?
Because because women are more emotionally driven.
And men are what? Go-getters.
Yeah, they're more analytical.
Now, you have some women who think like men.
Yeah, but you have more men who may go out and feel like it's okay to multi-date. But there are some women now who have taken on that perspective. Yep. And saying, well, the man can do it and I can do it.
Right.
But you get caught up in this Charlotte's Web. Mm-hmm. Because women, to me, my opinion, it's harder for women to multi-date because our feelings. It's hard
because y'all get connected.
Our feelings in check.
Right. Absolutely.
Because when we spend time with someone and we give them our all, we confide in them, we give them our heart.
Yep. You've already opened up to them. That's it.
that's what draws women. That's what draws us to a man.
Yep.
When we give ourselves to a man, I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about when we give our emotion, our mind, our intellect, our compassion, our intimate thoughts to a man. That's what draws you. That spirit draws you to that person.
He has met your emotional needs.
That's it. That's all. That's how we were created, y'all. That's how we were created. I'm sorry.
That's how the enemy was able to draw Eve to disobey God.
Right.
Because he tapped into her emotions.
Yeah.
Once he tapped into her emotions, it was easily because he came back and said to her, "No, in the day that you eat this, thou shalt not die. No, you should be like God." So he put that thing right in front of her. He came back with the words to appease what it is that she really was searching for, because she was an emotional creation. You notice he didn't do that to Adam. He did it to Eve. There was a reason. But that's a great answer.
My thoughts are this. If you're waiting on God for the one that he has created for you, a lot of people don't believe that God has created that just one person. That's your belief. That's your belief. Click off. This is not for you. But if you believe that God has created someone just for you, because your creator knows you like no one else, so he knows what you need, what you want, what you like, and what's going to bring him glory. If he has that person for you, how can he bring that person to you when you have all these people around you that don't belong to you? Think about it. So if you dating all of these people, and God can't even have you to himself to prepare you for the one that he has for you, how can his blessing get to you? It's occupied. And if it's not occupied with your father, then your father can't get to you what belongs to you at all. Like, what's the purpose? So they say multi-date to find out what you like.
They say. Be careful
and what you don't like.
Be careful of those who they say.
That doesn't make sense to me. Because if you are a child of God and God has created you, like I said before, God knows you. He knows what you like, what you don't like. Who you think can reveal that to you? The one that created you. Ask him, God, what do I like? What I don't like? When I was single, y'all, and I wasn't with a man, those were the times that I figured out who Marshall was. When God told me to stop dating, because he did, he told me, Marshall, stop dating. Dating was not for me. So I obeyed and I stopped. That was the time that Marshall got to know who Marshall was, because I communed more. I dated with God. I courted him more versus courting some man, and I didn't even know who I was. You don't know you can't find out who you are dating all these people. You can find out what they want you to be, and you become that person by dating other people. You feel me?
Still ain't gonna last.
You feel me? You get confused about who you are. A lot of times, you don't even know what you like until somebody tell you what you like. I used to be that person. What's your favorite color? Whatever favorite color you like. What's your favorite movie? Whatever favorite movie you like. What's your favorite food? Whatever favorite food you. I didn't know who I was. I didn't have what I needed to tap into Marshall, because I had created somebody that God never created. I created this clone that wanted to please the world and wanted approval from everybody instead of approval from God. So I made up my own picture. I created my own Marshall. And when God told me one day, no, daughter, I want to use you. And I kept saying, God, use me. He said, no, I want to use you. And I was getting frustrated. I'm like, God, use me. He said, no, sweetie, I want to use the you I created, not the you created. See, the you created was depicted on what other people thought of you. See, you don't even love yourself, because the person that I created, I can't find her. You're a counterfeit. And your counterfeit came from what other people thought of you, because you allowed so many people in you, in your mind, in your body, in your spirit. But he had to cleanse me of that. He couldn't do that with this multi-dating crap that was going on. He couldn't do that because Marshall was so caught up in getting a man, wanting a man, and getting somebody, to be close to me. And God was like, that's not my plan for you. I can't get the glory for that. So when I decided to just surrender and give it to God and stop dating. Let alone around here talking about multi-dating, because I didn't do that. But just to stop dating altogether, that's when I found out who I was. That's when I found out who God created for me and my purpose through him. So, I mean, if you really want to do it your way, go ahead. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. And even when you think it's going to work, you're going to find out you made...
we suggested you just don't do it. I know my wife, she's trying to be humble, like, hey, you know.
Because I don't give advice. You do what
just don't do it. God darn it. But I found a person who multi-date also is a person who's insecure.
I ain't thinking about that, man.
They are very insecure.
They don't know who they are.
They don't know who they are. A person who multi-dates is a person who is insecure.
But they will argue that they know who they are.
No, they don't. Because if they knew who they were,
they ain't got to be trying to
they
figure it
wouldn't
out.
have to be trying to figure out
who they are.
Multi-dating of who they are and what they like, or what they want to be, or who it is that really orchestrates and ordains a hookup or connection. So they're insecure. They don't know who they are. So that's all they want to continue to do is multi-date. That's where the players come in at. Player from the Himalaya. Why? Because they playing over here, playing over there, insecure. They put on this facade as if it makes them feel. Anytime when you are controlled by your feelings, you are insecure. When you are controlled by your feelings, it makes them feel a certain way that when they have a person over here and a person over there.
It builds their ego.
It builds their ego. But if you think about it, why do you have to build your ego if you're secure? Because when you're secure about yourself, you don't have to do anything because you're confident about who you are.
Right.
And whose you are. So normally those who multi-date, they don't know who they are because they don't realize whose they are. And if they are truly a believer and they are struggling between that thin line where they are still trying to figure out whose they are, more likely they are going to continue to multi-date because they still don't know who they are. It's like a person don't even realize, like we didn't even know that God, before we even came into the revelation, that God wanted to be our Father. We kept looking at him as God.
And Lord.
Until he said, listen, we have got to that point already. We have established that relationship.
I saved you.
But not that relationship yet. We have established that foundation. But now I want to be your father. Can you see me as your father? I never knew that you was a father. Yes, I am. Let me show you. Bam. See? So now we know whose we are and who we are. So, yeah, that comes with the relationship with God.
But we don't have a testimony of multi-dating.
No, we don't.
But we have one on dating.
Yes.
Which is the same thing.
And I never multi-date.
Yeah. More people at one time.
I wasn't crazy.
Yes, you were.
Well, I was crazy, but I wasn't that crazy.
All right, you guys, we hope that this video kind of brought some type of understanding in regards to dating and multi-dating. If you have not seen our playlist on dating and how I kissed dating goodbye and he didn't, check that out.
I didn't kiss it.
And let us know what you think.
Breath was stank. Didn't kiss it.
Any questions, leave it down in the comments. Have you multi-dated? Did it work for you? Are you doing it now? Let us know. It's okay. No judgment zone. We just want to know your take on multi-dating. I know a lot of people have done it before. And we just want to know, does it work? Did you get your feelings hurt? What happened? All right? Share with us down in the comments. This is your process. Embrace it. Trust it. Love it. Be you.
Keep it moving. Peace.
Peace. Bye.